I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. High as a mountain and deep as a river, come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't you ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Well, you're gonna love me like nobody's loved me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? The days may be cloudy or sunny, we're in or we're out of the money, but I'm with you always, I'm with you rain or shine. Playing a nightclub up north one time, and a fella comes up to me and says, "The boss wants to hear come rain or come shine, and if you know what's good for you, you'll do them both." Come rain or come shine. It's a great song. I think it's written by Harold Arlen. This is just my old sheet here that I used to hand to the bass player before I would do this song, and it's been years since I've sung this thing. And let's take a look at the chords here. I start off with a little introduction, kind of in C minor, and then somehow I ended up in E flat. Let's see how that happened. I think I kind of stole this from a Frank Sinatra version. You know, Frank Sinatra, he's such a great arranger. Or at least he hired great arrangers. And then, you know, that feels like it's going to go to C minor, but if you just go to B flat 7th, you've got your dominant chord ready to go to E flat major. There's a nice voicing. You could do it this way. And a nice thing about this is if you're going to sing the song, you're coming in, but it's not the melody note, you know? You don't want to give away the melody or even the melody note when you're doing an introduction, unless you have a singer that needs it. I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. Now, when you're going to sing this song, you got to think about the words. If you don't think about the words, you know, so many singers just kind of think about the notes and their voice, and they kind of sing it like this. I'm going to love you like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. See, there, all I'm thinking about is hitting the note, putting vibrato on, and, you know, listening to how beautiful my voice sounds and all that kind of thing. But if you want to sing, you know, more in the style of Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra, you know, you don't worry about that stuff so much. You think about the words. You know, one time I when I first came here to Atlanta, I actually signed up for an acting course thinking that, it might help me deliver a vocal. And, I don't think it made a big difference right then, but, years later, I kind of thought back upon those days, and, it kind of helped me. When you're singing a song, you're kind of an actor, I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. See, it's not as vocal there, but it's more meaningful. High as a mountain and deep as a river, come rain or come shine. Sometimes you want to hold out notes, but if you kind of like hold one out and then cut the next line off and then hold the next one out, at least it gives it a little variety. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't you ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. All right, so I'm going to put a chart of this song up here. I'm going to fix a few things on it right now. There's B flat 7th. That's G minor 7 flat 5. No wonder bass players keep hitting the wrong notes there. And, I think I got this really from a Frank Sinatra recording. Can't honestly say that's where it came from. But, there's lots of reharmonizations to this song. It's been reharmonized to death. And I'll just show you the main part that I think is pretty cool, and it's one of the better reharmonizations on this little section. It's right near the end of the A section, so. That's no good. And then you have F minor 9th. Notice how I put my thumb across there, so I got the 11th too. Now here, I have a B flat 13 chord. And, I've gotten into several discussions with a couple of people on YouTube lately, and I just want YouTube to be a happy place. I hope I don't piss anybody off about this. And I looked this up in one of my Mark Levine jazz theory books, and it says if it's an altered chord, that means that any 9th, 11th, or 13th has to be altered. The 9th has to be either a flat 9 or a sharp 9, or both. The 11 has to be a sharp 11, and the 13 has to be a flat 13. And then you can use any combination of those that you want to. But if you have like a flat 9 and then just a regular 13, you can't really call that an altered chord, like an altered dominant. Yes, we altered the 9, but if you're reading a chart and it calls for an altered B flat chord there, you got to do it that way. All right? And a lot of times it's written as like B flat plus 7. Because that flat 13 could be considered like the sharp 5 or an augmented chord, right? Like that. Just put the flat 9 in, put the sharp 9 in too. What's the other one? Put that one in if you want. Like that. Put the third down here. With all those altered tensions, you don't even hardly need the third. Sounds a little dissonant there, but check it out. And once again here, this is not an altered chord. The 9 there is altered, but I got the 13 in there. So unless I did that, it's not a true altered dominant, okay? And I mean, these are just words. These are just definitions, right? The word gay used to mean happy and cheerful, and now it means something completely different. So I'm not saying that, maybe in the future that the accepted term for altered dominant would mean something different. But right now, in my universe, an altered dominant means you got to alter all the tensions, all the 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths. Okay, then we're going to A minor 7th. let's see, what's the melody here? Oh, sorry. There's an altered chord. And that's the E flat minor major seventh is nice. And you can, move it to the sixth nicely too. Here it says B flat 7 with a sharp 9, But, you could put a flat 9 in just as easily, or sharp 11. And then C minor 7 flat 5. Almost like, it's really almost the same chord there. You don't have to change. The bass player could change there. There it says flat 9 and sharp 11, so what would that be? Oh, I played it. Yeah, and an easy way to get that, you've got D7 here. Don't put the 5 in. Think a tritone away, play a triad. All right, that will give you an altered dominant every time. Oh, yeah. But don't ever bet me. Yeah, it's got to be G minor 7 flat 5 there. And this, I think I stole from Frank himself, Frank Sinatra. Don't tell him. I don't want him coming looking for me. See, gonna be true. Now, why does this work? You go half step, and then if you do these dominant chords like this in whole steps, it's kind of like the whole tone scale, so it kind of works. And then we got another half step, that one, and then maybe a flat 9 on the last chord, and that'll get you right back to E flat. And it supports the melody beautifully. A sharp 9 chord, that is an altered dominant. The 5th in there could be a little suspect. It's okay to have it there, and especially since the melody is that note. But generally, unless you really need the 5th, you want to avoid it on those really altered dominant chords. Good place for a little blues line there. Days may be cloudy or sunny. A walk-up would be good here, too. Maybe you could do one here. In or we're out of the money, but I'm with you always. I'm with you. It just says G7, but, this is a minor 2-5-1, so. Rain or shine. And then if you want to get back to the beginning of the song, just go 2, 5, 1. And if you want to put an ending on it, you got to make up an ending. Okay. Well, I want to put out content a little bit more frequently, and sitting up at that computer and trying to edit all those graphics down there like I usually do makes my back feel like crap, and takes up a lot of time. So I'm going to, always put a link to the sheet music, whatever I happen to be using, so that you can look at it. But it's up to you to kind of follow along. So I'm going to save myself some time on this editing thing, and that way I can keep some of my Patreon subscribers happy as well, because if I put out more content, I think they'll be pleased. So thank you all for subscribing. Hit the little bell down there, and that way you get a notification when I put up a new video. And occasionally I will put up something just for Patreon subscribers. But I promise not to reveal any secrets on those videos and make all my vast knowledge available to everyone who tunes in to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.